I'm going to show you how to smoke some meats today. What we're going to do is smoke beef brisket, pork butt for barbecue sandwiches, and we're also going to prepare a spicy coleslaw using Caspers dressing. So first of all, this is a brisket flat. This is the fat side up, just so you can see it. This is it's a real tough piece of meat, so this is perfect for this smoker. And this is a pork butt. Actually, it's a little piece off a shoulder, a little shoulder butt, and we're going to smoke it. So all I'm going to do is salt and pepper these guys. And one thing I do with the brisket is I always take a sharp knife and stab some holes in the fat cap. And that helps the fat drop through while smoking. And I'll flip this thing over. Okay, just a little salt and pepper. Now what we're using today is a Camp Chef, we have a DLX Pro pellet smoker. Now I've been smoking meats for a long time, and I'm one of those that believes there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And with tough pieces of meat like a brisket and a pork butt, you want to smoke low and slow is the saying. You want a real low temperature and smoke it for a long time. So this grill is awesome for that purpose. It makes it so easy. There's a pellet container here, and you just add these pellets. They have different types. For long, slow smokes, like for tougher meats, I like to use hickory. So that's what I'm putting in here. For other types of faster preparations, like say salmon or ribs, then I like to go with a fruit wood like an apple. It's a little bit milder, and it works better for higher heat cooking. Hickory is pretty good for lower heat. So I've got this unit set at 220 degrees. And the way this works is these pellets go through a little auger. They go through a little chamber with an auger in it to the burner, and the burner is burning them consistent with the heat, with the rate. You know, it smokes at a rate that the heat is set. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to add anything, adjust the temperature. You just put your product in the oven part, which I'll do right now. Take the brisket, and I always set the fat side up, obviously, so when it heats, the fat drips through the meat, and that's to add more flavor. Fat side up with the pork butt. Now this unit comes with a probe, which is hot. I'll stab it in the pork butt. And now there's two temperature settings here, or two temperatures you could read here. There's the temperature of the oven itself, the internal temperature of the oven, and then when you push the button, it gives you the temperature of the probe inside the meat, so you can constantly keep track of progress. Now with these two cuts, I'm going to smoke them at 220 degrees for about 14 hours, 12 to 14 hours. So after about 14 hours in the smoker, the way to test for doneness, the easiest way for me is you take a sharp knife, and if it slides right in and slides right out like you're poking it into soft butter, then it's done. You want it to be that tender and soft. So then when it cools, the brisket and the pork, I trim the fat off and then just pull the meat off, and it's tender, soft, and moist. And one thing I like to do for barbecue sandwiches as an added kick is to sear them on a flat top to add the crispy, juicy edges, to have them get a little bit of crisp on them, and then put them on the sandwich. So I've got my Camp Chef 2-burner Explorer stove here with the flat top accessory, and I've got it on pretty high. This is going to go pretty fast, so I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil, canola oil blend. This is the pulled pork. We happen to be at Kitchen Needs in Cache Valley today. Love to cook at Kitchen Needs, and they carry these Camp Chef products. So, now to finish my sandwiches, put a generous amount of pork on here. Now, I think you noticed that I'm not using barbecue sauce. I rarely do. When I smoke a product, for this long, and get it this tender and juicy just by itself, you can add barbecue sauce if you want, but I suggest that you try without it. Use a good product like this to end up with an excellent smoked meat. Try it without the barbecue sauce first. And then I'm going to add some of this delicious coleslaw, combination of that smoked meat and this tangy slaw. Put this together. Put this together. Isn't that pretty? There you go.